I thought mission statements and core values were something that big corporations put on a poster in their lobby so they could feel good about themselves. And to be completely honest, it felt like corporate nonsense. I ran my business for over 10 years without them. We were able to function on a daily basis and do fairly decent, but at the same time, the business was unstructured, which led to chaos. And as an owner and leader, it was sometimes just plain exhausting. Deep down, I knew that something in my business needed to change. I knew everything needed to get restructured and rebuilt. But here's what I didn't know. Everything else that needs to get built, your SOPs, your processes, your systems, the business playbook, all the things you know that you're supposed to do but haven't done yet, it all starts with the mission statement and the core values. Everything else builds from that. It's the first thing you need to do to restructure your business and get control of it. It's step one. These are the catalysts that propel and guide all the other SOPs and processes that will follow. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 specific reasons that your small business desperately needs a mission statement and core values, and none of them are what you think. My name is Rebecca. I've been running a business with my husband for over 10 years. Building the mission statement and the core values was one of the last things that I did, and that was a huge mistake. Stay with me till the end. I'll tell you exactly what to build first, what to do with it when you have it, and how to build from there. Before we get into the 6 reasons, I just want to talk to you for a second. If you are a small business owner, I probably already know a few things about you. You're probably wearing 6 different hats right now. You answered an employee question before you even finished your coffee this morning. You have a mental list of things that need to get done that you stopped writing it down because writing the things down just made it worse. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, someone told you that you need a mission statement and core values. And you probably thought, just like I did, I don't have time for that. That's not a real problem. My real problems are standing in my parking lot right now, waiting for me to solve them. Writing down some corporate cliche phrase is not going to help me or solve any of those problems. I'm barely treading water. Coming up with a catchphrase is the least of my priorities. I get it. I've been there. Here's what kind of used to happen to me. Every day there was a new situation, a new employee doing something that I had never seen before, a new customer complaint that I didn't have a policy for, a new decision that I had to just make on the fly, all while I'm trying to go back and retrofit my business with SOPs and processes and creating our playbook. And I just remember thinking, I cannot possibly write out 8,000 line items covering every single thing that an employee should or should not do. There's no way I can document all of this. And I was right, and you can't, and you were never supposed to. When you're in survival mode, anything that feels philosophical or corporate or theoretical just gets pushed to the bottom of the list. And a mission statement feels like all 3 of those things. But here's what I want to show you today. They're not just philosophical, they're not theoretical, and they're absolutely not just for big corporations. They are the foundation to gaining control of your business. It is the step 1 in the practical toolbox of things that you need to do. Everything else that we will cover on this channel is going to build from this step 1. And it's an important tool that your business needs in its toolbox. And I was the last person who was ever going to believe that. And here I am now. And I feel like it's so important that I need to share it with you. Okay, 6 reasons. Let's go. Reason 1. It defines what makes you different, and that clarifies everything else. Here's something that I didn't expect when I finally built our mission statement. It did not just tell me why we existed, it tells you what makes you different. And that clarity changes how you make decisions, how you market the business, and what to say yes or no to. Your mission statement, done right, is going to force you to define your operational differentiator. What is the specific thing that should make someone choose you over anyone else in your space? Maybe it's that you offer bulk products at an unbeatable price. Maybe it's that you sell luxury items and every touch point of your business reflects that. Or maybe that it's you are the fastest or the most personal or the most hands-on. Whatever it is, your mission should name that. Once it is named, it then becomes a filter for almost every decision that you're going to make. Let me give you 2 examples of what I mean. Say your mission is built around providing bulk products at a sharp discount. Your whole identity is volume and value. You are the business people come to when they want a lot of stuff for a little price. Now a vendor approaches you. They want you to carry their luxury high-end line. Beautiful product, great product, high margin per unit. Sounds exciting. But now you run it through your mission. Your customer walks in expecting value pricing and volume options. They're not walking in expecting a luxury experience. Bringing in high-end products at a premium price point does not serve your customers. It confuses them, and it dilutes the very thing that made them choose you in the first place. Your mission tells you, this is not for us. Easy answer, no gut-wrenching debate required. Now flip it. Say your mission is built around white glove service. Every single client gets a personal, attentive, high-touch experience. That's your differentiator. That is why people pay what you charge and why they refer their friends. Okay, now say a competitor goes out of business and wants to sell you their 10,000 clients. 10,000 people. On paper, that sounds incredible. Business is doubled overnight. But run it through your mission. Do you have the people to deliver white glove service to 10,000 more clients today? No. Could you get there? Maybe, but not without some serious immediate hiring and intense training programs that could take months to stand up. If you take on 10,000 new clients before you're ready, you're not able to give them white glove service. You're going to give them mediocre service with a white glove price tag. And that breaks everything that your business was built on. Your mission statement isn't telling you to say no forever. It tells you what exactly has to happen before the answer can be yes. It's not a limitation, it's your roadmap. And here's where this snowballs into something even bigger. Once you know your differentiator, once it is written down and clear, you then know how to market yourself. You're not trying to be everything to everyone. You are speaking directly to the person who needs exactly what you are offering. Your marketing, your messaging, your social media, your ads, all of it gets sharper and more effective because you now know what lane you are in. Like I said, the mission statement is your first domino. And when it falls, it starts knocking over the right ones after it. Decisions, marketing, team culture, growth strategy, every piece connects. Before I had this, I was making decisions based off of whatever combination of exhaustion, excitement, and gut feeling showed up that day. Some days I got it right. Sometimes I said yes to things that I should have said no to, or sometimes I walked away from things that I should have leaned into. But having your mission statement written out changes that. Having a written mission statement and written values takes the emotion and exhaustion out of decisions that used to feel really hard. The answer is already there. You just have to check back with your mission statement. It also helps protect you from shiny object syndrome, which, if you're anything like me or any other entrepreneur, it's a real threat. It helps you evaluate where your business is currently. If one of your values is excellence, is that what a customer sees when they walk to your front door? Does the lobby look excellent? Or have we gotten lazy on repairs and maintenance and are actually demonstrating sloppiness, not excellence? If one of your values is teamwork, but there are no systems in place for anyone to work together as a team, and everyone is actually just working independently but near each other, but now we know that that is something that is important to you, the business owner, that needs to be addressed. But remember, this is your business. You own it, so you get to pick what the core values are and what the mission statement is. So if you value teamwork, then you now get to lead and create an environment where collaborative teamwork is the standard. Reason number 2. You can't document every scenario, but you don't have to now. I mentioned earlier that it felt overwhelming, the idea of having to write out every possible rule for every possible situation. That feeling is real and it's valid. But here's what I finally understood. You do not need a rule for every situation. You need a standard, and your core values are the standard. When you boil your business down to 3 or 4 or 5, 6 core values that are actually true, that actually reflect how you operate and what you believe, everything else falls underneath them. If you have an employee that's consistently showing up late, you don't really have to now have a specific policy written up for that exact scenario. You have a core value about reliability or excellence or showing up for the team. Your answer is already there guiding that decision. A customer walks in and asks for something that doesn't quite feel right. You run it through your values. Does this align with who we are? The answer becomes clearer. You go from writing, 8,000 rules to just having 5 or 6 filters that handle all of those 8,000 situations for you. It's not just a theoretical cliche slogan. It becomes a practical, operational leverage to filter everything through. Reason 3, it now becomes your hiring filter before the interview even starts. This one really will transform how you hire. There's a concept in the book Traction by Gino Wickman called the People Analyzer, and the idea is so simple. You take your core values and your mission statement, and you measure every person on your team against them. Not their skills, not their experience, but their values. Do they line up with what we are doing here? Because here's the truth. You can train a skill, but you can't really train an employee values. You can hire people with great resumes and great experience who can be a disaster for your culture. Or we've hired people with almost no experience who became some of our best team members because they showed up the right way, they were willing to learn, and they cared about the right things, and they fit in with what we were doing. Once you have your written core values, you can then build your interview questions around them. You can screen for them before you even bring someone in for the interview. And when someone is not working out, you can point to very specific value that they're not living, which makes that conversation much less personal and much more clear. You're not saying they're a bad person. You're just saying they're not the right fit. And that's a completely different conversation. Reason number 4 that your core values and your mission statement is important is that it transforms your team from just employees to believers. People don't go the extra mile for a paycheck. I mean, they might show up and they might do what's required, but they will not make a decision that you did not ask them to make. They will not solve a problem before you even know it exists. They will not take care the way you take care, unless they believe in something bigger than just the task right in front of them. A production unit clocks in and clocks out. That's not me being mean. That's what happens when someone has no deeper reason to be invested. But a team member who understands your mission and genuinely believes in it will make decisions that you did not have to make for them because they know what you and your business stand for. They know what winning looks like, and they want to be a part of a winning team that's making a difference. That's the difference between managing people and leading people. Because when your values are real, not just words on a poster, but something that your team actually lives and hires by and holds people to, that's how you develop a culture. And a culture is what makes someone want to stay, want to contribute, and want to bring in others who feel the same way. You can't buy that with just a pay raise, but you build it with clarity and consistency. People want to feel like they are a part of something bigger. Reason number 5, it's your business. So you can build your mission statement and core values around what matters to you. This might be my favorite reason, and this is one that really no one talks about. For your mission statement and your core values, it's going to be personal to you and your company and what you want it to be. You don't just need to copy what some other corporation did. You don't need to make it sound professional or super formal or impressive being something that you're not. It's your company, you built it, and you get to decide what your mission is and your core values. I was working with a client on building their foundational documents. This is a company that's been around for over 40 years and still does not have these documents. And of course, as a part of that process, we worked through what their core values are. The owner wanted to put honoring God first, as his faith is very important to him, as his primary core value that everything else would flow from. But he felt very nervous and hesitant to do that. He wasn't sure how that would land. That doesn't sound corporate enough. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. Is that appropriate? Is that professional? Well, here's the beauty of it. I told him it's your company. If that's what you believe and that's how you want your culture to operate, it belongs here. Because here's what happens when the values are actually yours. They show up naturally. They show up in who you hire and how you lead and how you make decisions and how you treat people. If you just borrow values from someone else's list, it's just going to be invisible. It's not going to actually add value to your business. But something that you actually hold and is personal to you will be felt by every single person who walks through your door. So whatever matters to you your faith, your family, excellence, community, honesty, fun, whatever it is, put it down, own it. That authenticity will make your values real instead of just decoration on the walls. So here's what I want to leave you with. If you've been running your business without a mission statement and without real core values, you are not broken. I did it for years. A lot of business owners do, but you're actually making things harder than they need to be. You're making decisions on the fly that you don't have to make on the fly. You're hiring with your gut when you could be hiring with a built-in filter. You're managing people when you could be leading a team that actually believes in something. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to build your mission statement and your core values, step by step for your specific business. It is much simpler than you think, and it does not require a consultant or some expensive corporate weekend retreat. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And if this video is helpful, share it with another business owner who needs to hear it. I'll see you in the next one.